everyone, I hope you're all having a beautiful day so far. If you are new, hey, my name is Emily, and today I'm going to share with you ways that you can elevate and spruce up your home and give it a whole new look, a little mini makeover for free or on a really small budget. I love doing this, taking items from different spots in my home, rearranging and getting a whole new look for another space that I maybe didn't think about before. It's just amazing how some small accents can change the room and the whole feel of it. So I hope you're excited for that, as well as seeing part 2 in the laundry mudroom makeover. I know it has been a few weeks since I shared my plans for that space, but the cabinets came in and it's time to assemble, cut the flooring, install the cabinets, and get that space made over. It won't be completed today, but we're gonna make some really good progress in it, and I can't wait to share with you the color that I chose and everything else. So yeah, I hope you're excited. So let's go ahead and get started working on a couple different spaces in my home so it can give you ideas on ways you can give your home a mini makeover by reusing items you already got. And I hope you're excited. Everything I have will be linked in the description box below, and you might recognize a lot of the items because they're all from Lowe's, and I want to thank them for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I'm excited to share with you how I'm going to repurpose a lot of the items that I shared with you a few weeks ago and how they can just change the look of a room. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's how the living room is looking right now. Not bad, but we're going to jazz it up a little bit and change the way it looks. So one of the things I want to do to make my house look a little bit different is to lighten up the spaces and get rid of some of the darker tones. Now, this could be different. Maybe your house is really light and you want to darken it up, add darker accents. For my case, I want to lighten it up. So I want to add lighter accents, and I want to take out darker pieces like this. I'm also going to change out some textiles. So fur pillows, we don't need them anymore. The weather has finally warmed up. Time to switch this out for something else. I recognize the swivel chairs. I've had these for a few years and I love them. They're from Lowe's. They're by Allen and Roth, and they come in a couple different colors. They swivel wonderfully and they're just really comfortable. This is a perfect height and they're just really versatile. You've seen them throughout the years though. In our last house, I had them in front of our living room windows and I loved them there. And then I recently had them in this like kind of game area for like a reading nook, and I like those, but then it made me think like, I think I want them back in the living room. So this is where I'm gonna try them out today. Switching out the dark marble table for a lighter one. This planter is from Lowe's, really pretty. And it comes in 2 different sizes. So again, everything will be linked down below in case you need it. But this is great, it's lightweight. So this is a resin, so it's not as heavy to work with as real stone. But again, you can use this inside and out. So I like having items that I can work in both spaces because it just makes your budget go a little bit further, being able to utilize things in other spaces in just one area. Now I want to add some greenery to this, but this is a very wide opening and you're going to need a lot of florals if you're going to do that because they just kind of flop to the side. So a trick is to use a smaller vase inside of it or something that would just hold it together. So I'm going to arrange this and then we'll work it from there. This is another reason why when I buy faux florals, I don't cut the stems, I just bend them, because sometimes I want to use the florals in a short vase and sometimes I want to use them in a longer vase, and I want to be able to have that ability to do that. Start by fanning out your greenery. That way it does take up more of the wider opening. And then start adding in your other floral, greenery, whatever you might be using. I like to mix. I think it makes it look a little bit more realistic. I had these Cosmos for years. These were new to me this season. Rework items. Use them in different ways. Combine different florals together. Working items that you already have is a great way to utilize it and have fun with something that maybe you felt was a little bit more boring before. But look how pretty that is. Came together really nicely. We could always add more, but again, just trying to keep it very simple and light for spring. All right, remember that adorable lamp that I shared with you from Lowe's? They have so many good lamps. Honestly, I did not realize how many lamp selections they have there. But this one's a little bit smaller and I love the wood detail. And again, it's light, but it's got the fluted lampshade, which I love. But it has a cord and I'm actually not going to be using it like plugged in. So you can actually just slide that cord all the way back into the base of it. And that way it's hidden. And then you can just tape the little extra to the back. And then when you want to use it and you need the cord, you just pull it right back out. Kind of like the florals. Shorten it, lengthen it whenever you need to. I love the way this looks on here. It adds just right enough of balance, I feel like, to the space. Kind of creates different angles and the colors and stuff. And I think it's just adorable. So for now, it's gonna go here until I get the pantry done. It's gonna stay here, and then once I do get the pantry done, might migrate over there, or maybe I'll just have to get another one. I like the way the swivel chairs look, but I need to add a pillow or something. It needs a little something, something. Really pretty. I love the detail on it. It just adds a lot of texture, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Interesting to see how different the space can look by just switching out a couple different items. Lighter material, and it just feels like a whole new space. Now, if I wanted something to be a little bit more contrast and add a little bit more depth to the space, then going darker in your furniture would be a great option, and adding darker accents. So dark furniture, you could add, for a little bit more moodiness, you could add darker drapes. You could paint the room. There's lots of options, but I'm trying to keep things very simple today. So you can see just swapping out a few things can make a huge difference all on its own. You don't have to go as drastic as painting the walls or things like that. You can also switch out your rug. I love doing a lighter rug, something different for spring, but for now I like this color tone in here. I think it pairs really well and it grounds the space, so I am going to leave this one. I found all these beautiful home decor items at Lowe's, and you can too. You can shop online, in store, or through the mobile app, and know that you get free shipping on orders of $45 or more. You get same-day delivery on in-stock items if you order by 2 p.m. and there is of course free store pickup that you can take advantage of. So definitely be sure to check out your local Lowe's. They have so much to choose from home decor to your everyday DIY needs, appliances, and more. They have everything that you need, and I'm there weekly, especially with me working on different projects. It's just nice to be able to find some beautiful pieces as well to decorate my home and make it feel that much more beautiful. But now I want to take you to a different part of the house, and we're switching out just a few things to have a big impact on the overall look of the room. So let's go. Here's what our room is looking like currently. It's pretty, but it's very basic, and so I just want to give it a little glow up. For our room, I actually would love to color drench it, but I'm enjoying a little bit lighter of a feel in here. So instead of doing a really dark color or something drastic right now, I want to just switch up a few things. I'm going to take out the dark accents, and we're going to start by removing the dark lamp. I'm going to exchange it for a lighter colored lamp, and this one came from Lowe's. It's so good. They have a lot of beautiful options right now. I chose 2 different lamps to show you 2 different examples in this room. And this one is super tall, and it gives that height that I'm looking for. So placing it here on the side, the room to have a little bit more of an airy spring feel to it. So I'm gonna add in a vase with some cosmos on it. And you can see instantly how much of a change that gives to this corner. Let's take out the mirror, and let me show you what it looks like without the mirror. Look how different that looks. And see how adding or taking away can really change the look of the space. This is really pretty. I like it. There's a little bit more of a blank wall to this feel, but I do like it. And when the sunshine comes to this room in the morning, it is so beautiful. I've never been a huge fan of just all glass lamps, but I saw this and I was like, that has such a pretty class to it. I really like it. Let's give it a try. So I You can see how different it looks with one lamp versus the other. Which lamp do you like better? I know it's a hard decision. That's why I'm asking, because I think both are really beautiful. But let me show you how it would look if I take away the mirrors. Here's an up-close look at the glass. I have not taken the plastic off the lamp yet because I'm not sure which one I want to keep yet. Don't have a lot of light or windows in your room. Mirrors are a great addition because they act like a window and letting in that light, and it just helps a ton. Because sometimes we just need a little bit of a change, and you don't have to go out and spend a ton to do that. You just need to tweak a few things here and there, and then you get to enjoy a whole new space. Maybe a spot in your house stays bare until you get a room exactly the way you want it, and that is okay. So I love to rearrange, and it makes it fun and it keeps it interesting. And if I decide to do a color drenching on this room, I might use the same materials, or I could switch it out and again get a different theme. But this is hopefully helpful to you guys. Alright, now it's time to work on the laundry mudroom space. Very excited to finally be at this point. I'm going to be focusing mainly on this side of the washer and dryer, so I need to remove the baseboard. I'm just scoring the line and then using a little mini pry bar and pulling that off and remove any nails that might still be in there. Get that out of the way, and then I'm going to start placing my cabinets in because I wanted to see kind of where they hit and just visually if I like it, even though it's too late now since I ordered everything, but hey. So I am doing 2 drawer banks here on the base, and then I'll be stacking cabinets above them, but I wanted to see where they hit the floor because I do have to cut the flooring. Our floors are a little bit different, and so I needed to make sure I get that area right. So I scored it with the cabinets there, then used a level to finish scoring it. And now it's time to just assemble a few more cabinets for the space. So I just got my circular saw and cut on the line that I drew earlier and basically made an L shape, and now I'm placing those cabinet boxes in that area. I'm glad we checked this because we were supposed to just do 1/2 inch spacer on each side of the cabinet, but when we did a 1/2 inch spacer here, this was like a 1/16 from hitting the sideboard. So we decided to do a full inch right here on this side so that this would actually clear a good 1/2 inch there. So keep that in mind when you're doing cabinets. You have to think about how that's going to affect when you have drawers. Doors may not, but drawers, yes. So I'm using clamps in order to put my spacer in between the wall and the cabinet, and then using some wood screws for this. These are tiny finish screws. I like these better because they had a really small head on them, and doing that in 3 spots here, and then I will add the other cabinets above and again do the same process basically. And then I am securing it to the wall. I find my stud in the wall and then secure it from there. Make sure you're actually going into a stud. You do not want your cabinets to move. That would be absolutely horrible. Once I got that, then I just worked my way down with the cabinets, and it's a slow process, nothing super fast. These cabinets are full overlay cabinets, doors, so I needed to unfortunately have a spacer below because the upper cabinets need the spacer. The drawers don't, the upper cabinets do, and so I wanted everything to be uniform. So I put in a 1/2 inch spacer in between these cabinets, again repeating the clamping, and then drill and then screw the screw into the cabinets to secure it. The next cabinet to go in was the wardrobe cabinet, which is stacked on top of one of the drawer bases. This will be a double door cabinet, and I wanted to be able to hang coats and everything in this. And so again, I am just transferring where my stud is on the wall to the inside of the cabinet, and then securing that with cabinet screws. They have a fatter head on the outside that sits flush on the cabinet itself. It's really good. You can get them at Lowe's and stuff. But yeah, basically it's just kind of a slow process of stacking and securing and then adding on from there. Now I was originally going to have a countertop between these 2 cabinets, but height-wise that did not work out. So I am securing the cabinets together through the face frame in the front, just to make sure everything stays secured. Even though it's secured to the wall, I don't want things to adjust, and visually you can see this area, so there's no counter to cover this up. So I am just using again some cabinet screws, and one decided to break on me. I was very annoyed by this, and so it broke off inside of the face frame, and we tried drilling it out and it wouldn't come out. So I just ended up moving on and putting the couple cabinet screws in different areas. So now I'm just installing the drawer sides for this cabinet. I didn't do that when I built it. Super easy though. And then we get to put in all of the drawers. The most satisfying part of the building the cabinets is seeing the drawers go in. But when you do put your drawers in, you're going to slide them in, then pull them out, and then you're going to lock in that slide. There's just like a little tab in the back that you got to push, and you'll hear a little click. Do that for each, and then they're locked in, and then you can easily remove them from the bottom by just pinching it together. But this is how far we've made it today. It doesn't look like much, but it took us all day, and I'm really proud of the progress. Hopefully we'll get to the rest of it this week, but we'll see what happens. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Hopefully I gave you some good ideas and ways you can repurpose items in your home, give your home a little mini makeover by reworking a lot of the items that you already have. Again, everything you've seen in today's video will be linked in the description box below, so just tap that more button right next to the arrow. Everything will pop down below for you. And I hope you're excited to see all the progress in the laundry room, mudroom. I'm hoping it'll be done probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, waiting for a few other things to come in and it'll be wrapped up, but I'm excited. I will probably be working on the pantry makeover next, possibly, so stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you again for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.